How many times have you seen bullying, dangerous, or inappropriate behaviors on social media? Schools that have started monitoring their students' social media have seen decreases in these actions happening. Resolved. Schools should be able to monitor students' social media for their students' protection. There are three main reasons on why we think this. Our first reason is it can prevent dangerous behaviors and crimes from happening. Our second reason is it can stop inappropriate behavior from occurring. Our third reason is it can identify cyberbullying and who is doing it. For these reasons, schools should be able to monitor student social media for their protection. First off, if schools monitor student social media, it can stop dangerous behaviors and crimes from happening. Sherry Babinski, a therapist, was helping a girl that was cutting and saying negative comments about herself on social media. She had two accounts. One was happy and one was sad and depressing. Once the school noticed that this was happening, she got help and went to therapy. An article in the SIRS database states, in Babinski's story of a suicidal student, the original flag was set off on school property, but investigators found troubling posts from after-school hours that let them check into her mental health status. If schools monitor student social media, they can stop dangerous behaviors and crimes from happening.
Our second argument shows that schools could prevent inappropriate behaviors from happening if they can monitor their students' social media. Washington Post states that 14 students posted comments and posts about weapons, drugs, and sex. They were all expelled. The internet lawyer quoted, "John posted to his wall, 'My teacher, Miss Smith, is awful. She's a fat, smelly pig and should just die.'" For these examples, schools should monitor students' social media.
Our last argument is this could identify bullying. Nearly 43% of kids have been cyberbullied. 1 in 4 reported it happening more than once. Bullying is a serious issue. With the popularity of social media rising, it is making teens an easier target for bullying. But the worst part, it can be anonymous. Tucker has 2 boys. Both have social media accounts. One reported being cyberbullied by an anonymous classmate. The classmate posted a picture with harassing comments. Schools monitoring students' social media would help lower the amount of victims because they could stop the bullying before it ever happens. Also, many students are afraid and don't tell a trusted adult about the abuse. Only 1 in 10 will inform a trusted adult about the bullying. In many cases, this can save a teen's life.
Resolved. Schools should not be able to monitor students' phone inside or outside of school. Schools don't own the phone, therefore they should not be able to monitor it. Even if it gets to the point where the phone needs to be taken away, it's the police officer's duty to look through it. And should the teacher be the one to confiscate the phone in the first place? Now, other people may say that phones have been dropping grades, but lots of internet usage is used for educational purposes. We are confident that our team will be able to prove our position correct. And here are some supporting arguments.
Our first one is that the teachers do not own the phone, and they do not have the right to take it away because they didn't pay for it. And it's not their property just to take it and just look through it if we have bad things on our phone. Like other people think too, states can choose to have teachers to take students' phones and look through them. An article states, Mueller's order tramples on the privacy of California's school children and their parents. The people that agree with having teachers able to look through students' phones while it's taken away. Why should they monitor in the first place? Teachers that monitor students' phones when they are taken away don't have the right just to look through it. If a school administrative person were to take away our phone, I think the police officer or school resource officer should at least look through it. An article stated, parents can file an objection if they happen to know this is occurring, but that doesn't guarantee any protection. It is merely just an objection. Hathaway Zapeta stated, when teachers take away students' phones, they don't have the right to look through it. It's just to see if they have any inappropriate content. And should teachers be the ones to take the phone in the first place? If a student gets their phone taken away, teachers should not be the ones to look through them or monitor them or take them in the first place. The school resource officers should be the ones in charge of taking phones and monitoring them. An article stated, a school may only consequentially disclose PII from a student's education records to its law enforcement. In that unit, if those individuals in the law enforcement unit meet the requirements set forth in FERPA, school official expectation, or if some other FERPA expectation to the general constant rule applies. When a teacher takes away a phone, the teacher should not be able to look through the phone. It should be the school resource officer or should have permission from the parent.